Today's episode is normally a Monday-style episode. It was actually made for a Monday, but we're switching things around a little bit because we've got a few projects happening all at the same time right now, one of which is a short. It's an action sci-fi piece, probably about 4 minutes in the end, which we shot over 2 days recently, including yesterday, so it gave us very little time to finish a normal Thursday episode. Then we've also been working on a sound design pack where we went to a studio and we broke a lot of things and made a lot of sounds and recorded them with 8 different microphones. We're going to be talking about that next week as well. So instead of leaving you guys with nothing, we have a little something for you. So now we're going to jump to me wearing different clothes on a different day. Ready, go.
Logo.
Welcome to Film Riot. Today we're talking about my favorite Thanksgiving movies. I've said it before, I usually revolve my holidays around the movies I love to watch on those holidays because, I mean, why wouldn't you? So we're talking about the movies that I do watch around or on Thanksgiving. Some are family favorites, some are just my favorites, but we're going to be counting them down. And also, I noticed my hair is looking pretty horrible. I use my phone as a monitor, and I could see that I don't really know what's going on up there. It definitely needs to be cut. You can always tell how busy I am based on what's going on up on top of the dome, and I'm clearly very, very busy because I'm not really sure what's going on with that situation. But the point is, we're talking about movies. So let's talk about movies. First up on my list is my favorite romance film of all time, When Harry Met Sally, starring Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal, directed by Rob Reiner. It is a fantastic movie. I love the structure of this one and is my personal favorite when it comes to showing off a relationship and the develop of that in that sort of Hollywood framework. Why a Thanksgiving movie? Well, because it is, okay? It's a Thanksgiving movie to me. I like it. Then we have Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. You have Steve Martin and John Candy, who are a hilarious duo in this film while they're trying to get home for Thanksgiving. It's a great comedy for Thanksgiving, not necessarily for the whole family because, you know, it could be a little vulgar at times. It gives a whole new meaning to pillows, that's for sure. It's directed by John Hughes. If you haven't seen it, Thanksgiving or not, definitely check this one out. Moving on to another one of my favorites, Grumpy Old Men. This is my sister and I's favorite movie to watch together. We quote this one constantly, and we're big Walter Matthau, Jack Lemmon movie fans for a long time there. We just watched them all and quoted them like crazy. This one probably being the king of the bunch. Of course, takes place during Thanksgiving, so it's a Thanksgiving movie for us, and it's really nice to revisit with my sister every now and again. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Go watch it. The two are hilarious in this. Next up is the most obvious of the bunch, which is a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving filled with nostalgia for me. I love the old Charlie Brown cartoons, especially the Christmas one. I don't think I have to say much more about it. It's a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, sort of speaks for itself. Moving along again to one that's way less obvious, but done by my favorite director of all time, and that's Steven Spielberg, and the movie is E.T. This one just feels like a holiday movie for me. It's wrapped in so much family and being thankful for your family and what you have that it just seems like the perfect fit for Thanksgiving. Plus, there's pretty much never a bad time to watch E.T. Next up is another animated film, the only other animated film on my list, and that's The Incredibles, probably my favorite Pixar film, probably a lot of people's favorite Pixar film. Brad Bird did such an amazing job. Can't wait for number 2. But again, this one's all about family, which makes it make a whole lot of sense for Thanksgiving. So if you got a lot of kids, this is a perfect one to toss in. Then on to one that's not so family friendly, which is Scent of a Woman, starring Al Pacino and Chris O'Donnell. Al Pacino was actually up for and won an Oscar for this one, only nominated one other time, I believe, with Glenn Ross, which is also another really great movie, but having nothing to do with what we're talking about here. But it's the only time that he won an Oscar. The film was also up for Best Director and Best Picture. It's just an all-around great movie. Again, not necessarily one for the whole family, but a really fantastic film, and the one that brought us hoo-ah. So there's that too. Then the last on my list, which is my favorite Thanksgiving film, but also not really a Thanksgiving film, and that is The Grinch with Jim Carrey, the live-action version, directed by Ron Howard. Yes, it's a Christmas movie, but Thanksgiving really kicks off Christmas, and it's one that's become a tradition with me and my family to watch every single Thanksgiving. The movie's still hilarious every time we watch it. Everybody pretty much quotes the movie while we watch it. One of Jim Carrey's best roles, a really great job from Ron Howard. I really felt like I was transported to this land when I saw the movie the first time in theaters. Not a great score from the critics, but screw them. It's a great movie. I don't even care. They have no heart. That's the problem. So it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Go watch it. And all the movies on the list, just be cautious with the ones that aren't family friendly. I did give you that warning. But now, on to sponsors, and hopefully a haircut in the near future. If you're a budding filmmaker, entrepreneur, innovator, domain.com is the place to go when that next idea hits you. When you get a domain name from domain.com, you're taking the first steps in creating a vision, an identity for your brand or idea. Plus, .com and .net are the two most recognizable domain name extensions, which means those are the ones that are going to help you build your brand and expand your presence online the best. Plus, domain.com is giving you 25% off when you use the coupon code FilmRiot when you get domain names, web hosting, and email. Just use that coupon code, and when you think domain names, think domain.com.
logo.
So that's it for today, but before we get to what I'm watching, two things. First of all, the submissions are closed for the Film Stro 1-minute short film competition. We're going through all of them, and we'll be announcing winners very, very soon. We'll get into more of that later. Also, if you didn't know, our Black Friday sale is coming. We're doing up to 70% off on everything in our store, 40% for our brand new products, which we do have new products like my first ever music pack, which I'm really excited about. Big, epic, sort of blockbuster sounding scores, then a lot of sound design stuff, which I'm very, very excited about. But if you want more details on all that, check links in the notes below. And for what I'm watching, I just watched a behind the scenes piece showing how Weta made the miniatures for Blade Runner 2049, which is no surprise. It looked absolutely gorgeous, and I love when there's that marriage of analog and digital. It just looks so much better to me. So definitely check that out. Always inspirational to see videos like that. And until next time, don't forget to write, shoot, edit, repeat.